Doing it live. Welcome to paraglidingtalk.com. I'm your host, Robert Michaels. Glad you are here. It is a great episode tonight. It is a Veterans Day show.
And thank you, all veterans.
We're live. Welcome to paraglidingtalk.com. I'm your host. Oh, what a rookie. Gringo. Got him. He's like, please don't say that in front of everyone.
I thought it was so nice you had to say it twice. That's just
Ripa's on his phone at Swanee.
Oh, nice.
He is currently in Swanee.
Rubbing
it in. You see that? You see how he does this?
I wonder if it's raining out there. Hey, look, Hot Buttered Steve is here. Yeah, so we don't have the most organized show tonight, guys. I spent the whole day trying to get our veterans to come on the show. And all of them are doing stuff that's way more fun than coming on the show. Except for Anthony Vella. He's just watching a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just texting him right now. He's trying to make the baby go to sleep. Yeah, so anyways, great to have you. Glad that you're logging on. There's a bunch of people checking in. Paraglidingtalk.com, your favorite place to come on Thursday nights at 6 p.m. and watch and talk about paragliding and paramotoring. I like to argue that it's the same thing. One's just got a motor. That's the only difference. It's simple. I have a moniker on the interwebs that I'm Captain Obvious. It makes it really easy to troll. But anyways, before we dive into this wonderful show, talk about all things flying, I have to mention a couple sponsors. One of those is PPG Smoke. Go check out PPG Smoke's website at, can you guess, ppgsmoke.com. They've got all kinds of good stuff. Ryan Roberts is he just released an email to some of the closer of the group that have been helping with the headset. So if you got an email from him, you were in the inner circle. So he dropped an email today talking about 20 more units being released, and it's like then the next one's going to be like 200 and then so on and so forth. But anyways, that's pretty awesome. ppgsmoke.com is the website. Also, the show is brought to you by Midwest Parajet. You want to reach out to those guys, midwestparajet.com.
And where's the box to this?
I don't know, but you better kick rocks.
Did you hear we were live? Did you hear it?
Yeah. Right now, my mom's going, no, I want him to stay in here. This show is also brought to you by paramotorprops.com. If you blow up a prop and you want to buy one quick, paramotorprops.com. Great deals on props, paramotorprops.com. Also, Para Orange Products. Larry and Chris, they've made all kinds of things to protect your gear, including prop covers, weatherproof motor covers. He has some really great windsock and poles, and the poles that hold up your streamers. Website paraorange.com, paraorangeproducts.com. Also, the show is brought to you by American Allied Drains and Plumbing. Amazing place to get your plumbing work done. If you're in San Diego, if you're in the San Diego area, I think they go even as far north as like Oceanside. They're an awesome company. By the way, they're an official sponsor. They have nothing to do with paragliding. Mention Paragliding Talk. Get 10% off. Their phone number is 844-777-9055. I want to say special thanks to all the veterans. If you have served our country in any capacity at all, ever, I want to thank you and celebrate this great country that we have. I know there's some turmoil, some things happening. People have different disagreements. There's some wild things happening, but our country is still absolutely 100 billion times better than any other country in the entire world. It's an amazing place, really, United States of America. And if you've put your life on the line at any point in time, you are worthy of honor from this show tonight. Craig Taylor, we were talking before the show, and Craig Taylor was going to share some special things. We don't have to do it right now, Craig, but Craig Taylor has a very special military support through Resurgence PPG. Just want to say something. I was planning on trying to get some high profile guys on the show tonight, and we were going to we're gonna raise up some money for Resurgence PBG. But I think we want to do a better organized show. I was going to try to get Scandrick to come on, but he's with a group of alumni. I believe he's with like 8 people. Some kind of a flying, maybe, not sure. He's got no service out there, so he can't come on the show. And then I was going to have Anthony Vella on, and then Anthony Vella was kind of like a last minute thing. He couldn't do it either because he's got kid duty. There's a bunch of other stuff going on. But anyways, gear up. We're going to probably doing a show pretty soon and raise up some money for an awesome group, Resurgence PBG. So anyway, stay tuned to that. I do want to mention something. Freedom of Flight Leadership Award. I want to go to the website and I want to take you with me to the website. Freedom of Flight Leadership Award is for people who have done something exceptional. Hey, where is it? It's not on the website. Oh, maybe that's why nobody's been clicking the button. Literally is not there. Let's go support sponsors. No,
That's no bueno.
that's really weird. Don't you know? Here we go. It's on the second page. No, it's just on the second page. I found it.
They all remember it.
Under
They all
support.
remember who spins the wheel. So,
Yeah.
it's all good.
It's
That's
under
right.
support menu to support to freedom of flight.
I just found it somehow. Anyways, let's go to do some screen sharing here. Now, Freedom of Flight Leadership Award. So basically what this award for is this person has done something exceptional for the free flight or paramotor community. This award will be issued out to the person that has the most nominations on this platform. After we have narrowed down all the candidates to 3 candidates, we'll have a final vote. The final certificate will be presented on an announced episode. So all you have to do is you pick the person that you're going to nominate, first and last name, your email, not the candidate's email, and the reason why you're nominating them. And if you're really slick and internet savvy, you can upload a picture of that person. And then we will present them with an amazing award. I bet you Sean is trying to dig up his award right now somewhere. He's shuffling through stuff in the background as we speak.
No, it's
No?
all packed up, buddy. It's
Oh,
all
darn
packed
it.
up. I got everything boxed up, bagged up, and ready to go. So that way when I have my apartment,
Boom.
that's
Boom goes the dynamite.
right. Boom.
Yep.
You're
Congratulations, Sean.
finally moving out. What are
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
How old are you now, Sean?
Yeah. What do
38?
you want to do? What do you want to do when you grow up?
I'm
38.
too old for this.
38 years old. He finally decided to move out.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to get a haircut too.
Just tell me it wasn't a basement you lived in.
That's not going to happen.
And smell the patchouli oil from here.
I don't wear patchouli. Sorry. I can't smell, but I don't.
Well, we smell patchouli.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
That's from your own rooms.
Hey, Angela just don't. She nominated Craig Taylor.
Woo!
Congratulations. That was not a formal nomination. Unfortunately, Craig Taylor is not. He has not been nominated yet. I'm sorry. You have to go to the website. So you go to the website, paraglidingtalk.com, go to support, and then you choose your person. And very soon we are going to announce who the winner is. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, so some of you have come here tonight because you wanted to have some paragliding talk, how you can be a safer pilot. And every single episode, we're on episode 191. We learn something. We talk about something that you can become a better pilot. And I want to say that I think one of the most important things to becoming a safer pilot is realistically understanding the weather. And this is for both sides of flying. There's a few things that you can look at. There's a few things that you can do to really understand. I'm not going to go all into weather, but I do want to just encourage you to do some digging, do some investigating into weather. There's a few books that you can read. There's a few channels that you can follow on the web. There's a few places that you can go, a few people that you can talk to that will point you in the right direction. Obviously, I would say that your first step should be to talk to your instructor. And especially if you're a free flight guy, you're going to find out quickly that free flight guys rely on the weather. Like if you have a motor, you rely on your motor. And you say, you know what, I'm just going to get up early in the morning before there's any weather, and I'm going to fly until it gets to be weathery, and then I'll land, and that's the end of that. The opposite happens with free flying. And I know the majority of the people watching probably tonight are paramotor people. So I want to kind of direct what I'm talking about to them. When you put a paramotor on your back, obviously this is a whole different ball game. Free flying, you're jumping off a hill with the intention of finding some weather. You're trying to find some updrafts. You're trying to find some thermals that you can get as high as you can. And most of the time when you're free flying, it's either going to be in a mountain range or a cliff's edge, kind of like that picture in the background. If you have the right direction, Craig Taylor, you could free fly that ridge. You know what I'm saying?
I have, if it was an east wind or even like a north blowing wind, you could definitely cruise that one all day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Might have to sort that at some point.
Like
That's what I'm talking about. That kind of flying's my kind of flying right there. Just
Yeah.
take off and all day long. Yes.
that's my favorite spot because I can stay low under the beach, and people that are walking around at that lighthouse have no idea I'm down there until I pop up and circle around the lighthouse and dive back down below the bluff.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is pretty cool. We did
That's
a
my
fly.
kind of fun.
We did it at Torrey Pines one time on a day that it wasn't really flyable, free flyable, and I had my motor, and that was fun. We just kind of cruised really low and then popped up right at the last second. Yeah, people were looking out like, what in the world? Where'd that guy come from? And from a distance, you can't tell that you have a motor on your back. You just see the wing. I've been duped by I'm pretty sure it was Gringo that messed with me one day when I was free flying, and he was way down at the other end of the golf course on a day that it wasn't very good. And I saw that glider. I'm like, whoa, that dude is super high down there. I'm gonna launch. And I launched, and I was able to get back up, barely scratch back up to land on the grass again. But when they got closer, I realized they were on motors. It was two guys on motors. And I'm like, oh, that was dirty. I almost went to the beach. But it's a cool spot. Yeah. There are some rules. Obviously, if you're going to come fly in San Diego, please consider the rules. Don't burn up spots. I was thinking about the flying community. So let me just shift gears a little bit. And I know this is going to sound like I'm just trying to harp on people to do stuff. Can I encourage you to do something for your community, your flying community? Find your place. You know what I mean? I pastor a small church. I tell the people, find your place in the things of God. What is it that you're going to do? What are you going to bring to the table? What are you going to do at the church? What is your trash ministry? You got to take out the trash. You're going to clean the bathrooms ministry, whatever. There should be something that you do in the flying community more than just suck up all the good air. You know what I mean? It's an important part to the future of our sport. I've heard a lot of people, and I've asked this question of a lot of people that come on the show, and I say, what can we do to preserve the sport? What can we do to preserve sites? How can we keep this wonderful free sport that we have safe, and just how can we keep it the way it is? I don't want regulations. I don't want Europeans telling me how we're going to have a stamp on our engine and have to get it inspected. And by the way, Anthony Peregringo's motor exploded. Oh man, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring it up. I'm sorry.
Well,
He's
exploded is a harsh word.
Yeah.
It didn't explode.
It was pretty shredded. It was
internally.
unfortunately due to the supply chain and everybody needing certain specific parts from a very well-known vendor, and they seem to be out of stock in certain places. So I had to order from 2 specific places, and one of half of it's arriving on Friday, just before the weekend. The other half is on Monday. So I'll be riding my motorcycle this weekend. So,
But to be clear, there was no boom, no explosion, no anything flying out at certain speeds of.
anticlimactic.
I
Okay,
think that's what
so
we call an internal failure.
yes, internal. That's excellent. Internal failure. It sounds so much nicer. Yeah.
Pilot error did not. No, it was. It wasn't. I had, I don't know, 300 hours on the motor, so a little piece of something got in there and danced around and shredded it on the top end. So I got some work to do this weekend. Yeah. So
What color is your fuel?
what's that? What color is the fuel?
Blue. Some blue this way, some blue that way.
It's blue right now, but as soon as I'm done with all my oil, it'll be Robert red. It'll be the oil I get from Robert, so it'll be red.
It's blue.
Yeah.
AMSOIL Sabre is blue.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was red.
Yeah.
No, it's
Which one's
great.
red?
Yeah.
I think that's a Dominator. That's what Randy uses.
Oh, okay.
But I have both.
There you go. No changes.
Yep. If you guys don't know, I started selling AMSOIL. And the reason why was just because I wanted to get the good deal for the homies. So if you want to get AMSOIL, you can't just go to a store and buy it. I don't know any place that you can just walk in and buy some. When I got my motor, I didn't have any oil, and I started searching all over the place, and I was asking different people about, what were we going to do? What kind of oil do I need to use? By the way, I need to send an invitation out to Josh.
While you're sending the invitation, I don't know what I was more sad about. Our group of flyers out here in San Diego, Ugly Raptors, some of them are in the chat there. JB, Miguel's in there sometimes. Randy, that's Clark Kent. Anyway, we did a little flying at Glamis, flying the dunes. And Matthew and I on separate cars, we took off around 3:30 in the morning to get out there, and got there about 6:15 and in the air about 6:45, 7. Sun was just coming up, just barely starting to glow. And it was about a 15-minute flight. So we were planning on being there the whole time, but 15-minute flight, and it happened, went to idle, and it just died, and saw the results and so forth. So I stayed the night and hung out with the guys and partied a little bit and had some fun. So
Did anybody else let you fly their motor?
Nobody let me fly their motor. No. Some of the guys had Atom 80s, and obviously at 249.5 pounds. An Atom 80 is a little small for me. So,
Just got to run.
Just gotta run. I already run.
That's a lot of running.
A lot of running.
Yeah.
That's bummer, but good news. Oh, by the way, we've got some cool people going to be coming on the show. Stay tuned for that. Mad Sloper asked this question. He says, is there a PPG map for authorized flying locations in San Diego for PPG? That answer is no. But because you know us, paraglidingtalk.com, you can reach out to either me or Gringo, because we both live here in San Diego, and we will help you to find a good place to fly closer to LA. No, I'm just kidding. No, we have some couple very, very sensitive places here in San Diego that we fly from. And sometimes it's just get up and get out. And I want to say, if you want to keep a site for a long time, that is a really good key element. Launch, get up, get out. Wherever you launched from, keep that on the down low.
That's a great point. And for us out here on the West Coast, we have fewer fly-ins, I think, than the East Coast or Midwest. And the closest one to us is Salton Sea. You guys heard about and saw some great videos and so forth. Also, Blackhawks got theirs twice a year, but Salton Sea too. It's kind of a smaller area, and it's gotten really crowded. Actually, really pleasantly slow. So, but it's busy, and there's a lot of newer guys that kind of tend to hang around the LZ a little bit too much. So we did have a couple collisions there, I think, this year. So as Robert puts it, get up and get out, and there's plenty more to see. There's a lot of shoreline, and there's a lot of canyons. So do your showing a little bit elsewhere.
It's hard to do because I'll tell you why. I think two reasons why I think people hang around the launch. One is because in the back of your mind, you're always thinking, you know what, if this is going to break down, I want to be right here by my truck. And because it's going to. And the second reason is, that people are watching. Everybody's just gazing into the air. So you want to go out and do your stuff out in front of people. And there's a small amount of fun that's involved in that. But I would say make your intentions clear. It's not a bad thing to go out and do some big wing overs and play around and throw some sats and get excited over the launch. But I would say take it up to $3,000 and let people know on the ground before you're going to do it, and don't go bombing down into the abyss of people that are in the air below you doing your tricks, because at some point you're going to cause problems. But anyways, that's just my 2 cents. I think it's awesome when I'm chilling on the ground and maybe eating a sandwich and I'm at a flying and I look up and I see people throwing big wing overs and helicopters and trying to just get wild. I like it. I think it's cool. But at the same time, there's a role to play at the fly-in. That first, you don't want to hit the deck. Salton Sea is a pretty cool spot. I feel like there's plenty of space. You can, if you want to go and practice and rip around, you can even just go to the water's edge. And you would not want to go in that water, but I guess if you're going to throw down hard and you're not very courageous in your style yet, you would not want to go in that water. Gosh, that water is nasty. What is the deal with that?
I wouldn't take off and just like loiter in one spot, but
No.
I would go in the distance to where I could watch where everybody's taking off and watch their takeoffs.
Yeah.
I would want to see that, but I wouldn't want to be like in the way or anywhere near where people are taking off. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. I'm not sure what to think about that. You just get away from the launch so that other people can launch too. I'm guilty. When I was braking in my motor, I was just making these laps. I was kind of going with the group. We're all kind of making laps. You just kind of go around and then I would land and
kind of a gaggle, right? You want to stay in a pattern.
Yeah, we just kept a pattern. Oh yeah, I like the organized fly-ins. I haven't been to one yet, but I like the idea of having some meetings ahead of time and some discussions about, hey, this is what we're going to do. Don't fly over here. Don't fly over there. If we're going to take off, just having some organization. I didn't realize how we were talking this morning, the flying circus in Maricopa, Arizona. That's a real thing, man. I thought it was just
it's a good time.
I thought it was just the Wild West, but I was shocked at the sticker. The price is no joke.
Yeah.
Did you paid that, Sean?
Yeah.
And what'd you do? You just went online and
yeah.
Do you think they'd be mad if I just snuck in?
Yeah. There is no sneaking in.
No,
they're gonna know. They'll, even if you're like, I don't know, if you're like laying down by like a spot where the seats fold over or something, they would still know that. They're like, wait a minute, that guy, he didn't pay because look, he ain't got his bracelet on. He's not, yeah.
Mad Sloper just came up with a great idea. He said they should have a designated acro area.
Yep, that's a good idea.
I like that. I
Mhm.
feel like we kind of do. We call it the box when you're free flying. If you guys are familiar with the box is kind of like the area about 2,500 to maybe 3,000 feet, and then 1,000 feet out from launch. And so you're right over the. If you screwed up everything all the way to the ground and had to throw a reserve, you just pretty much land in the LZ. And I feel like they kind of do that at Salton Sea. I'm no expert though. You guys have been.
Now
To a
I
lot
can
of
tell you
flyings.
this. I can tell you this though. The flying circus was worth every penny.
Yeah.
The experience was awesome.
So
It
tickets
was a
are going to
great
go on
time.
sale like any day, and that's February 2nd. Really want to have Mo on the show, but he's so busy. He can never. Seems like every time I want to have him on, he's always doing something else. There's some other people that I would really like to get on the show too.
He would be a very good guest too, by the way. I know he would. I've
Yeah.
talked with him, and he's a very smart guy.
Wrote down some. There was another guy I wanted to. Oh yeah, Cody Matank. Cody. I thought it was Cody Mintak, but it's Mitank. My tank. Cody Mitank. Ryan Moore. There was one other person too. Man, just need to get a hold of these people somehow. Yeah. So fly-ins are amazing places to get some airtime with some friends. We had a free flight fly-in over here at the base of Palomar Mountain. If you're ever in San Diego, you want a really cool place to fly. Obviously, there's a few steps that you need to take before you just come, show up, and fly. Palomar is a very, very protected site. So the LZ is behind a locked gate. There's a code, but you have to be a member of the San Diego Hang Gliding Paragliding Association. And then you also need to be a member of the USHPA, United States Hang Gliding Paragliding Association. So with those two memberships, for an annual, you're dealing with like, I don't know, it's like a couple $100. But anyways, we had an awesome fly-in, and it was not even a good day to fly, but I still had a really good time. And they had food in the LZ, and everybody kind of brought their own stuff. And I was thinking about the community aspect of our sport before the show. I was thinking that's what I wanted to talk about, and just how everybody kind of comes together. We had a guy get injured at this fly-in, and he had to go into back surgery. He's okay, but he had to get back surgery, broke his back, he broke his leg. And what happened is it sounds like he maybe his glider kind of fell back, and when it fell back and it came shooting forward, it turned into kind of like a helicopter type situation. He spun the glider maybe, and but he landed right on the road on his back, broke his back. And anyways, back to the community thing. Everybody kind of shifted gears and did what they needed to do to help the guy. Got ambulances there. They took him, rest is history. But there is a certain amount of camaraderie that's happening. I would encourage you to get in on some of these, like Telegram. Here in San Diego, we use Telegram. I don't know, what do you guys use for your communications app? Everybody's got an app. Everybody's got a phone now. You can get on the app. You can ping everybody at the same time, and it's pretty convenient. Sometimes it's a little overwhelming. I have too many groups that I'm a part of, and too many different things. I have to mute all of them pretty much. But anyways, when it's time to fly, it's nice to be on the same page. Everybody's, hey, we're going to go fly here. I'll see you there, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's meeting at the same time. It's organized. If somebody goes down, you can kind of talk. I know Gringo and the Ugly Raptors use a communication software. It's pretty slick. Zello, that's right. And I use that too. I'm looking forward to Zello's integration with the PPG headset. That will be slick. Right now, I'm kind of I can only listen, can't really respond back except for text messages. By the way, the show is brought to you by Nebraska PPG. If you're in the Nebraska area, you're trying to get some schooling for paramotoring, you can go to the website. The link in the description below. That is nebraskappg.com. Also, you know what? Let's say it's 6:30. Let's spin the wheel. And
Yeah.
we're going to give away a shirt tonight.
All right. So no more names.
No more names. Don't worry. There's only 47 current viewers tonight.
Quick shout out to my brother Michael Dunn in the chat. He's always stealth in there. He's like always quiet behind the scenes. He's going to come up with a really good question one of these times. Yeah.
All right.
Mike is in the chat.
See here. I got to turn it this way, don't I?
There you
For
go.
it to be vertically unbiased. Are you ready?
Yeah. Let me, I'm going to put your screen as the spotlight. Bada boom, bada bing. All right. Spin away. I'm going to give away a paraglidingtalk.com t-shirt tonight. Oh, yeah. Paraglidingtalk.com. By the way, the spin of this wheel is brought to you by Calamity Kite Clinic. If you want to step up your game, learn a little bit more on kiting, you want to master the sport of kiting, you can reach out to the people at CalamityKiteClinic.com. It's actually Sean's company. He's the one that created it. And great reviews all across the board. Sign up today on their website. Oh, it looks like it might be a Sandor. It's gonna be close. Oh, come on, keep going. Go. I can win a shirt. Oh my gosh, go. Keep going. Greasy.
No way.
Grease.
You just had one like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, man,
Congratulations, Gluteus Vanius. Gluteus Vanius. That's
congratulations, Gluteus
name.
Vanius. You are the winner chicken dinner. You are now the proud owner of a paraglidingtalk.com t-shirt. Congratulations. Thank you for watching this show. For everybody that's watching tonight, you can win one of these shirts by participating in the chat on the live show. So here's what you got to do, Gluteus Vanius. Go to the website, paraglidingtalk.com. Go to the contact section. Fill out the form. Let me know what size t-shirt you wear. Make sure that you put the details in the description of where I should send the t-shirt. Hot Buttered Steve donated $10 to the super chat.
Awesome.
He said, sir, I have sipped, lapped, and taken gin intravenously, but I have never swilled. And I'm not sure. Oh, that message got deleted.
I know.
Robust.
He's so sensitive.
He said,
He's quick.
He said, stupid wheel. And I feel the same way. It was just so close to me. I could have been a winner.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Stupid wheel. Yep. Congratulations. Tommy Anderson in the chat. Welcome. Fly Swampers in the chat. He said, what's up with the poster board in the background? I'm just a dork like that. I have all these stickers and I'm like, I don't have a trailer. I don't have anything to put them on. I got this show and I can't stick them on the wall.
No flashy Fox presentation or anything. No, you don't got that?
Too soon. Too soon. Yeah, it's kind of a sad announcement. The guys at OPN are taking a break. I'm just going to say taking a break. They're taking a break. I don't think it's over forever. Do you think it's over forever?
Nothing's over.
I don't think so.
No.
Okay, good. I'm not the only one. I know they announced that they're not going to do it anymore. They may not do it as much. I can't imagine.
May not do it as much. I think that's the thing. I get where he's coming from, and that's okay. You know, it takes a lot of work to put together a show like this.
Man. That's a lot of work.
It does.
That's a lot of work, a lot of time away from the family, and you got little ones growing up. Obviously, he wants to get some flying in. So,
yeah. So, yeah. Rob Rust. That's what it is. Rob Rust, $9.99. He said he wants a shirt. Rob Rust, I know you do. No, you do. Yeah. So, thank you. My mom said that that's a rad poster board. See, moms just come through in the clutch. See, I just feel better automatically. I mean, you can draw the crappiest drawing. Mom will take that bad boy, put it on the microwave or on the refrigerator.
Be careful, Robert, because she might be like, Robert, can you mail that to me?
Can you make me a poster like that? It's amazing.
Yeah.
Good call. That's true. She will. I want one. Mad Sloper, do you guys fly PBG near Little Black? Yes, we do, Mad Sloper. But right now, it's some person has contacted some city ordinance, some city officials, and they put up a sign that says no paramotoring in the place where we park and take our motors out and go launch from. So you can still free fly from Little Black, but they don't like the motors. They don't like the noise. And I don't think they like the free flying either, because
they just don't like to have fun.
I was going to say, these people do not like fun. Eesh. I bet you their argument is like, it makes my dog upset when there's a noisy motor flying around. That's exactly what I imagine they sound like.
So I guess it would be a bad idea to have like one of those little Bluetooth speakers, and you could play like the Flight of the Bumblebee or da, 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 and you're just like free flying.
We're trying not to be devils in the sport, but it would be fun to dress up like the flying monkeys from Wizard of Oz and swoop down and grab their dog.
And just fly around and watch the guy come looking for who's at the parking lot. And, I want to know who he is, so I can say hi.
How do you know it's a he?
Because some of our the flying group that have been flying for quite a while have encountered somebody that's always the same guy. It's always very aggressive when they take their wing to go kite at the baseball fields right there. So the guy comes screaming up, you can't do that. You can't do that. And they're like, we're not flying, we're kiting. It's like a kite at the park. So anyway, and I still like to know who he is.
I just want to know what their grief is about is it the noise? Is it the fact that we're having fun? What is the grief?
I think it's just beyond some people that they don't think it's right, and they, you know what I mean? They're gonna answer it for everybody else. So from what I understand, the guy lives kind of near there, but not like so near there you would hear it. You have to be at the park to hear the motors, and then when you go up high, you'll probably hear a little buzzing. But that's just, it's not only us in the West Coast, everybody East Coast, everywhere is got to deal with that, unless you're, even when you're flying, I'm sure.
So here's my argument back. In the same airspace, you have from about 7 o'clock in the morning till about 8 o'clock at night, you have Chinooks, you have Osprey, you have F-16s, F-15s, and what am I missing? Every type of military aircraft that you can imagine. We got jumbo jets flying in and out of there. We've got all kinds of, they don't.
Lawnmowers, hedge trimmers, weed whackers.
Easy. They're literally banning that. I don't know if you knew that. San Diego. I'm sorry, California is banning gas power.
I think it's totally ridiculous. They're trying to do that here too.
Yeah, we really have to roll that back, because I got to mow my lawn.
You're gonna have to build a horse paddock before they outlaw your vehicle.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. I have a good idea.
Oh, geez.
All right. For Anthony Peregringo's suggestion about, what are we going to do when we go to get our kites out and do ground handling and stuff? If you're flying, wear a Halloween costume, like a gigantic bumblebee looking thing, or maybe even a witch on a broom or something like that. If you're flying, If you're not flying, don't wear a costume. And there you go. That's how he can differentiate whether you're flying or whether you're kiting. Because if you're flying, you'll be in a costume, and nobody's going to believe him if he's complaining, saying, "Hey, there's some little Red Riding Hood flying around on a paraglider above me." You know what I mean? Like, they're not going to believe that. The guy's out of his mind, obviously. You know, just saying.
Just wear a Joe Biden mask and someone will complain.
There you go.
There's a Joe Biden
just
flying
flew
by
over
my house.
Yeah.
Actually, good workshop.
So Fly Swamper brings up a point. He said, what would a paramotor guy have to do to free fly at Torrey? So there's two things that have to happen. One or the other, one of these two things. You have to either be a P3, so you have to have your paragliding P3 certification, or you can come under instruction at Torrey Pines to acquire your P3. And while you're learning to get your P3 under radio instruction, you can fly there until you have your P3. And then you're good after that. And so what does that entail? Well, there's a few things that have to happen. Obviously, this is not a dirtbag poor man sport. And I came into this as a dirtbag poor man. It took time to finally piece everything together to be able to fly, but it was overwhelming in the beginning. I'm like, oh, I got to get a wing. I just need a wing and a harness. And I don't even need a reserve wing and a harness. And I found one on eBay. I bought it. I'm like, yeah, now my bank account's completely empty. Okay. And I can't, there's no convincing the wife to spend another penny on this crazy sport. I think I paid about $800 for my gear, which to me at that time was a lot. So when you come into the sport and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, now you need a reserve and you're going to need some new carabiners, and that gear that you just bought's old. So you're going to need to buy some other stuff. I mean, just nonstop. Josh Bowden finally gets in the chat. I'm glad you finally decided to show up. I did send you an invite. Can't hear you people, but Robert just finally sent me a link to join. Oh, okay. Just finally. Okay.
Like an hour ago.
Yeah. Where's he at? That is pretty awesome though. Yeah. So Dirtbag Poor Man. Now we're relatable. That's pretty awesome. Hot Buttered Steve. We're brothers. Yeah. But anyways, once you start finding out that the San Diego Hang Gliding Paragliding Association wants $40 a year, the United States Hang Gliding Paragliding Association, just to be able to fly at the local sites that are regulated, they want, I think it's $140 a year or 150, 100. I don't remember. It's a lot. And then Torrey Pines, if you want to fly there all year, you have to pay, you've got to pay a substantial amount of money there. It's like $200 a year for the flying pass. And I always buy. Will Fly donated $25 to the super chat, and he said Resurgence PBG rocks, and that is true. Thank you, Will Fly. You are an amazing human being. Oh, what in the world? Nebraska Paramotor. Dang it.
In the theater.
Where's the moderators to take that stuff down? Block him.
Oh, Nebraska, Josh.
Yeah, Josh Bowden, take him down. So the community. Oh, switch to gallery. Yeah, thank you. The doing something for community. So I going back to the church thing. I always ask people in the church, "What are you doing for your community? What are you doing? You doing anything?" And so I want to ask you here tonight, what are you doing for the flying community? What are you doing? You bring anything to the table. If there's a fly-in, do you bring some food? Or you just come to eat it? When there's a meeting, do you come with a topic, or are you just there to cause problems? And I get it. Everybody's got their place. I like to troll. So if I wasn't on this show and I was watching someone else's show, I would just be in the chat trolling. I know some of you are here, and I love the trolls. And hesitate to shift gears into this, but have you guys, speaking of trolling and drama, have you been paying attention to the drama on Facebook, Instagram, social media, flying? So talking about flying wings, fast wings, too early, going right for the gut. We've talked about it a few different times with different guests on the show. Be careful going out and buying fast wings. I embarrassed myself.
Like you didn't get hurt.
Yeah, I didn't get hurt, but I embarrassed myself at up in the mountains. We went early morning, one morning up to Buckman Springs. It's at the base of a free flying site that we fly. It's called Horse. And yeah, man, I couldn't launch my wing. Now I anticipated some problems. Okay. So I brought my bigger wing with me. So I brought two wings with me. I have my free flight wing and I that's the big one. It's like a 26 meter. And then this wing that I've been flying, which is a 18 meter Sirocco 2. And it's a fun wing. The Sirocco, it's really fast. So I can do whatever I want. If I get in the brakes a little bit, I'm flying at everybody else's trim speed. But flying, trying to launch that thing with the low altitude, oh my gosh, it was impossible. So anyways, I'm with another guy. Anthony knows what I'm talking about. I ran, all the way across the entire launch, and I never once felt not even the slightest lift. Nothing. If I pulled my hands like this, I had the wing up over my head. It was stable. I'm running, and I'm full gas, and literally no lift. Now, I think part of it might be the altitude kind of sucks up some of the thrust. Is that possible? We were having this conversation and I was talking to Josh Bowden, who was supposed to be on the show tonight. We were talking about the fuel regulation and having fuel injection. And I guess there's a kit that you can buy and you can add fuel injection to your motors. And I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Before we do that, the show is brought to you by iFly Indiana Powered Paragliding. If you're interested in flying paramotors, no better place to get proper training at iflyindiana.com. Kevin and his team will get your feet off the ground. Also, the show is brought to you by Lone Star Paramotor. If you're in the Lone Star state of Texas, reach out to Ron Turan and his team for world-class training. His website is lonestarparamotor.com. Also, the show is brought to you by Torrey Pines Glider Port. If you want to learn how to free fly, the most beautiful place in the country, arguably. San Diego is amazing. There's a place that you can go and check that out. Flytorrey.com is the website. FLYTORREY.com. Sign up with those guys. Get your P3. It's a great thing to have. But anyways, yeah. So I'm trying to launch my wing. JP Tool asked where my trimmers are at. My trimmers were almost all the way in. And so I'm having to put a lot of effort into getting the wing up because of that. The wing comes up, running, no lift. So they weren't all the way in. They were about halfway.
Done that.
Yeah. And I exhausted myself, which leads me to another important.
Plus it was slightly uphill too.
Slightly uphill. Yep. That was a factor. It's not clean. So when your wing falls down, it's full of sticks and stuff. And yeah. So yep. But it is what it is. So let's talk a little bit about fuel injection. There's some kits that you could buy. I don't know much about this, so I'm very green. This conversation just came up because we were talking about how Anthony Peregrino blew up his motor, and could it have been that he was too lean and running hot? When you're too lean, that means that you're not getting enough fuel and the fuel burns at a higher temperature. or your combustion is happening at a higher temperature, and that's where things start to warp and distort. And if you know anything about metal, it expands, and it kind of expands and contracts, and that happening over and over again causes stress cracks, and then the stress cracks leads to air and combustion going into places that it shouldn't go, and then you have internal explosions like what happened. So being too lean means that you're going to be running hot. Running too saturated, or help me out here, rich, thank you. When you're running too rich, then your temperature is going to be lower, but then you don't have as much torque because you're not burning all the fuel. And anyways, here's how it goes. When you're launching at sea level, your system being set up to run lean is going to be different than when you hit 6,000 feet. If you decide you're going to go up and do some stuff and go down, if you have these dramatic changes, by the time you get to altitude, like if you get to 12,000 feet, you're really choking back. Like you're starving. Your engine is starving. And it's because there's not enough oxygen in the air. And what a fuel injection system can do is basically take care of the mixture. Right. So, so this is Yankee Paramotor. Thank you for chiming in. He said, fuel injection only works well in a true feedback loop. Just injecting the fuel is only a Band-Aid beyond carbonation and not worth the weight and complexity. So here's my conversation, and here's why I bring it up. The future of paramotoring, I believe, is going to involve, if we're going to get longevity out of these motors, which I don't think, Gringo, how many hours do you have on your motor? 300? I read your lips. Don't worry. He's got 300. To me, that's not enough. I mean, gosh, man, 300 hours. That's, some people are putting that on in 1 year. So anyways, I think that the quality of our engines needs to take a step up, and maybe how we regulate our fuel. Why not? Why can't we have better engines? Why can't we get better quality? So what's holding these things back? If you talk to Ryan Roberts, he'll argue that the future is going to be electric, and he might be right. But as of right now, it's not today. So in the meantime, yeah, so don't mess with your carburetor. If you don't know what you're doing, don't play with tuning on your carburetor. When you get your motor from the factory, it is set up very, very specific to run. I mean, they literally, your turns, they say minutes. When I was breaking my motor in at Salton Sea last year, I guess, we had to do some tuning. I didn't do the tuning. We had someone else did the tuning, the guy that I bought the motor from. Very, very little tuning. They call it minutes. And it's, there's 60.
Any adjustments that you
minutes,
do,
right?
Any adjustments you do is by minutes.
Yep.
You don't ever want to go by hours. You want to go by minutes.
Yeah. Hours. Yeah. So anyways, I think that's an important thing to think about. Make sure your engine is not running lean. I flew with Jeff Hammond. Jeff Hammond had just did a bunch of stuff on his motor, and he leaned it out just a little too much. We did not get very far, and that thing blew up. And he had an engine out, landed in the riverbed. He did not land in the water, but it changed our flying mission from a flying mission to a rescue mission. And, that's a bummer. I mean, Gringo went out to the desert to go flying. He took the day off. He had the weekend. That's what you get for taking the weekend off, by the
way. A day off.
Yeah, he took a day off.
Yeah. Stuck you with the work.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't do any of your work, by the way.
I'm sorry. Didn't you go flying with Hammond on Tuesday or Wednesday or something midweek.
Should have
and
been a
left me in
Thursday.
the office. Just saying.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. See.
I got to fly.
Yeah.
Once again, Hammond did
Yeah,
not.
what's with all these drive-by buses, man? They're just all over the place.
Watch out. Watch
Man.
out. Craig was going to mention something about Resurgence PPG. Are you dude, look at those guns, man.
I know, right? No, he meant these. There you go. You're muted,
America.
Craig. You're muted.
Yep.
One job to do, Craig. One job.
I cannot believe that this is the first show that I haven't been muted for 99% of the time, and then when I'm ready to go, I am. Anyway, I wanted to say thank you and happy Veterans Day to our soldiers, both past and present. We owe you our thanks, but more than that, we owe you our freedom. There's no better way to thank a veteran for everything they sacrifice than for our freedom. Today, we have to try. So thank you to all of our service men and women, both past and present again. Hopefully you all had a chance to thank a veteran today. If not, it's not a problem. We can show a little bit of that gratitude and appreciation every day by Resurgence PPG support.
Yep.
If you're new here to Paragliding Talk or the parasports community, Resurgence PPG is a 501c3 nonprofit for veterans by veterans. Their mission is to provide an opportunity for emotionally and physically adapted veterans, get them to learn to fly, overcome some personal challenges them and or their families may be experiencing. Please consider a small donation to help. $1 is great, but more is better. If you can't directly donate to them, please sign up for smile.amazon.com. eBay for charity also will accept and donate back to Resurgence, or you can go direct, resurgence.com /donate. If you know any veterans that could benefit from that program, please go to the website and nominate them. And thanks again for your service. Happy Veterans Day. Don't forget, fly safe, check your NOTAMs, TFRs, and save an LZ.
Very nice. That's a nice addition. Save an LZ.
Save your
Beautiful.
LZ.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. So great, great stuff happening. I'm excited. This is the months when it starts getting really fun. The show starts to pack out because people can't fly. Everybody starts jonesing for some flying something or other. And yeah, I'm excited for the holidays. So if you have somebody that you want to nominate, don't forget, go to the website, paraglidingtalk.com, and click the support button, and then click the Freedom of Flight Leadership Award nomination page, and then nominate somebody for doing something excellent. The goal is to raise awareness to people who are doing awesome things in the sport. And there's so many, and I've got a bunch of nominations already. And so I really appreciate those that have already responded to the email and you've already nominated somebody. Please, I want to get as many opportunities as I can. And that nomination is going to be read very soon. We were planning on doing it somewhere in November. So likely it will happen at the end of November, maybe early December, that we'll give the award away. Last year, it was Resurgence PPG. It was Todd Scandrett who got it. And yeah, he's got such an awesome organization. So right now, it's
very well earned, by the way. Very well earned.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. So appreciate you guys. We will catch you on the next one. We're going to go to the after show. I know not a bunch of great, amazing content tonight, but more of just kind of a chill night that we could talk about America. Yeah. So appreciate everybody. You guys have a great night. Send me go to the website. Maybe you want to just maybe you don't care about nominating somebody, but you want to say, hey, I want to see you have this person on the show. Shoot me a message. We've got some great people lined up, but I'm interested to see who you want to see on the show. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. We're going to go to the after show, paraglidingtalk.com. Thank you guys for your support and what you do. Moderation, Sean. Thank you, Anthony Peregringo, Craig Taylor. We'll see you on the next one. If I don't see you on the air, I'll see you in there.